Hey, what's up YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony's Technician's channel. And today we're moving into a new product that was sent to me. It is a multi-tool. Now, as you guys know, I always carry a Gerber on me. It's just something that I've always had, and I really like Gerber. The two big ones are Gerber and Leatherman. That's what people like. Now this one is made by Newild, N-E-W-I-L-D. It runs $20 on Amazon and eBay, and as far as I know, that's the only product they have. So I'm going to be doing an honest review on it. I am going to be a little bit picky though, because a multi-tool is something that I really like to have on me, and I like it to work well. So we're going to be going over its features and comparing it to my personal Gerber that I've had for about 10 years now, and my military issued one that I've had for about roughly 8 years. So let's see how it compares, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, YouTubers, so the part number is a good question. Just look up multi-tool by Newild. I'll link it down in the description if you're interested. It runs $20. So with this, you're not just getting a multi-tool, you're also getting a free fire starter. And then here's the packaging, and here's the fire starter. So I'll be comparing it to this Gerber that I have from the military and my personal Gerber that I've had for roughly 10 years. Now these are basically the same, obviously the same design, just different features as far as the multi-tool. Get this out of the nice little plastic it comes in. So the fire starter has its little ribbon. You got the spark and the part that you create the spark with. Let's go over this pouch. I wouldn't consider it the best quality. This is the Gerber one. Nice Velcro. This thing's 10 years old and the Velcro still works great. And I use this almost daily. So it's really nice, really well sewn together, fits perfectly to the Gerber. It's a button. It's real thin material, and definitely not the best quality pouch, but it works, I guess. And then in the back you got your belt loop, and then you got your little spot to put your fire starter. So there's that. But before we actually move into the multi-tool, let's see if this thing will actually work. So it works. Obviously, if you guys have never used a fire starter, you need to wear off the material on it first before it actually starts creating a good spark. But there it is, you get your free fire starter. Now, opening it up, this isn't going to be the same style. So you get your little key here, which is just a couple torques. And that's, I'm guessing, for tightening things up if things come loose or anything like that. Now with my Gerbers, they are the slide style, both. Whereas Gerber does make a style like this, as well as Leatherman, where it's actually open like this. Now, when Leatherman and those, a lot of them can be worn in just like this style, where you can actually flip them open easily. This one is actually spring loaded, so I don't think you'll be doing that. But it is spring loaded. You can hear it in there. The thing I like about the Gerber is it has nice rounded edges here, and it feels good in the hand. It operates easily, and all of the utensils are retracted with this little slide right here on each side. And then to return, you just push in the two buttons on the side and you slide it shut. The first thing I noticed about this is when using this, it's not necessarily the smoothest edges here. So when you have it in your hand, it kind of feels weird. And if you're really gripping something, it actually kind of hurts the inner parts of your hands. Because for one, you're grabbing a hold of the edge of your file and things like that. So it's not exactly the most comfortable there. Now, whereas I was showing you the feature of the slide lock here to return the multiple tools, this one has a button on the inside to return the tools, obviously, since where these tools are located on the insides of the handles, these are located on the outside. So the button's going to be on the inside, opposite of the Gerber. Now, another thing I first noticed when I looked at this is the thickness of the jaws. This is actually a pretty thin jaw, especially compared to the handles. The handles are pretty thick. They made some of these tools pretty bulky on the inside, and we'll get to the tools after I get done going over kind of the design of this. So I think they could have thinned down some of the multi-tools inside the handles and kind of rounded the corners a little bit more to make it more comfortable, or done something to make it a little bit more comfortable in the hand. It is kind of nice having a thin jaw pair of pliers for, you know, tight spaces, but then again, you got to think about the strength of it as well. So looking at this side, you have your bottle opener and your can opener. Then you have your flathead screwdriver, whatever you want to call this. It comes to a point and it's cut down like it would be a knife, but it's most definitely not. I mean, you couldn't cut yourself if you tried. And then you got your file. Now, one thing I did notice also with like the knife and the file, anything that's a little bit longer in the multi-tool, it does actually get thinner at the tip. Obviously, most knives do, but as far as this file, it gets pretty thin just because you got a screwdriver at the end here as well, a flathead screwdriver. But it's also because the bottom part of the handle is fairly thick and then it gets skinnier towards the top. So you got your diagonal cut file on this side, and then you got your cross hatching on this side. So that is the 4 tools on this side of the multi-tool. They do lock and unlock pretty easily, so that's a nice feature. On the other side, you then have your non-serrated knife, and it's a decent length for this size of Gerber, and it's actually fairly sharp, but it is kind of thin. I would kind of worry about that. You can kind of see it is easily bent. And then next up, you have a large Phillips head screwdriver, which is pretty bulky if you look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the knife away so I don't cut my finger off or break it, one of the two. Next up, you have flathead screwdriver, maybe more like a pick. And then you have your, you could call it a serrated knife, or more of a saw for small limbs, ropes, you know, zip ties, stuff like that. So this is kind of a cool feature. I do like the serrated or saw, whatever you want to call it. I do like this feature, but once again, you see that it goes from a wider diameter here at the bottom to a pretty skinny width here at the top. And then it's kind of got that hook overhang. Not sure if that's a special feature or not. So now let's compare it to what you would get with like a Gerber. And I have 2 different styles here, so I'll show you the different features. So first up, on this Gerber, you have your knife with the serrated end as well, but you don't get any play in that blade whatsoever. I mean, this thing isn't bending. Then you get your bigger Phillips head screwdriver and your rem grit. And this is an interchangeable blade, so you could put different attachments in here as well. So that's a really cool feature. Now remember, I've had this multi-tool for 10 years and it's held up fantastic. It's well broken in, everything operates really well, and I've enjoyed it. So on the other side, you have your cross hatching file and your just diagonal cut file on this side. Then over here, your bottle opener and can opener and all that good stuff, your flathead screwdriver, smaller flathead screwdriver. And then my favorite part of this multi-tool, besides the pliers themselves, is the pair of scissors. I cannot tell you how much these scissors come in handy. I absolutely love the scissor feature. And it did at one time get a little bit of surface rust, and ever since then I've just gave it a coat of WD-40 every couple months, just wiped it down dry again, and it's held up really well. No rust on it anymore, so we're good to go. Gerber is also made in the USA. And then this Gerber, it does have an interchangeable bit on the cutting portion here. And then it's the exact same design. I already showed you guys that. But over here, you have the same style of knife, no serrated part or anything like that. Now, I did actually break the tip off of this working on my M4. I can't remember what I was doing, but I did break the tip off of it. But it's definitely a stronger metal than this, so this kind of worries me on how strong the blade is on this Newild multi-tool. You have, once again, your two flathead screwdrivers, bottle opener, can opener, smaller flathead screwdriver, and your file. And this one's, I'd say, 6 to 8 years old. You have your saw or serrated blade. I like this one a lot more. You have a difference here. And this thing works great for cutting, you know, small rope and zip ties and stuff like that. You have this. When I first got this, I was like, what the hell kind of specialty tool is this? It's not. It's literally to put a lanyard on and hold your multi-tool from falling out of its case or anything like that. And then this little nipple right here is actually for separating those rings for keychains and stuff. It's actually to get in between there and open it up, make it easier. So I finally figured out what that was. Then you have your flathead screwdriver and your can opener or bottle opener. So I think the Gerber makes a great multi-tool, and I've always used them, so that's what I stick with. But I did want to do an honest review on this Newild multi-tool. Overall, for $20, it's not bad. I think they could do a little bit of re-engineering in order to make it a little bit more comfortable, and maybe think about making it a little bit stronger, because you do get quite a bit of play in that blade. It's pretty thin, so that could actually be really dangerous. But overall, a decent multi-tool for $20. It, once again, is spring-loaded, and pretty cool little design. Alrighty, YouTubers, so that's my review / comparison of the Newild multi-tool for $20 with your fire starter and a little pouch, compared to the two Gerbers that I've had for roughly 6 to 10 years. I'm personally a Gerber guy, but I'm always interested in any multi-tool out there. I like to compare them, just see what the differences are and see the quality differences. So once again, for the Gerbers, you're gonna be ranging about $30 to $100, just depending on which one, and then $20 for the Newild multi-tool. So I wanna thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please drop a comment down below. What do you think of multi-tools? Do you use them? And if you do, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer Leatherman, Gerber, or do you have a special brand that you really like? Please share that with me. I'm always interested. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and as always, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thank you guys.